everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very dangerous offense. The Eagles rank in the top 10 in total offense, and they go up against the Cowboys defense that will need to be at its best. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we finish between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails.
EA Sports. In today's matchup, we have a dangerous team. The Eagles are #1 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against a Cowboys team that knows they have to take care of the ball. With kickoff straight ahead, let's check in with the two men who will be calling tonight's game. So we say hello to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Tonight, we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Elliott, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now Prescott out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This complete to Josh Huff. It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
3-19.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
Caught. It's Huff. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Wentz now on 1st down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
They'll come out in the pistol. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, James Hanna. And now it's third down. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line. And they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second down following the run.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Devon House in there to make the stop. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Fletcher Cox is a first-round pick who has fulfilled his promise. One of the best defensive linemen in the NFL.
One back is Morris. He'll get the football here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Jamal Sheard on the stop. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw in film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decided they'd take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, and the ball's out. Matthews loses it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give them even more blocking.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. And that will make it 6-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, but no problems converting there.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39 now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Finding under pressure, they got him again. Terrell McClain. He's the one to get got him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now. Lucky Whitehead back deep for Dallas. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Another pistol look here. On second down, Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
8 yards still remaining here on third down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Williams, 77 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Here we go now. Over. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard. Hot.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Josh Huff, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And that one obviously worked out, but it's one where you kind of hold your breath because he was sitting there waiting to take a hit as he threw that ball downfield.
And this is the NFL. You're going to be tested a lot as a guy throwing the football. Will you stand in there, take the hit, and deliver downfield? And when you do it consistently, your offensive line loves you, your receivers love you. Everyone does their job to the utmost because they have that kind of confidence in you, and they know that you've shown some toughness, and that's what he exhibited there.
But your body hates you.
No, your body's not real thrilled about the whole thing, but ice packs all around for the QB.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. One man in the backfield, Elliott. Now Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Come on, let's go. What? None.
Here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was. Maintained possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Lucky Whitehead is intended target, and it's third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Graham with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Randy Gregory in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go now. Blue line.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Wentz to throw on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing is Wentz. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Ten yards still left on second down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up. That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a 1st down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues. He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw here. And he finds a man on the crossing route. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Surveying the field. He's got him in. Complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 36 yards. Now he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has their only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On second down, Ryan Matthews. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's 4th down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
Williams to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to wind up. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now let's go.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be a Philadelphia 1st down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to hit Ryan Matthews there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Wentz now to throw. He's got time. And this one is incomplete. Josh Huff, the intended target. And 4th down coming up. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Well, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on third down.
Let's go.
Now Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're able to convert here on fourth and inches. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth. First down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come on, let's go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete. This is Brent Saleh. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Wentz. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
No gain on the play that time. And it sets up second and goal.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Wentz going to look to throw. Finding time. Now he's forced out left. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's brought down after a good gain. So on that zone, they ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. but everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Wentz, and that's complete to Huff. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. Josh Huff, 98 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And that's the type of play that will give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give them credit for making that type of a play call. Even more credit for how they executed it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And he is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Ryan Matthews with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And this one through the uprights and good. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. One man in the backfield, Elliott. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And now here is another interception. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.